But yeah, it is going to be a Stifmeister taking on Red Reserve. The map is, of course, as you can see, overpass, and it's going to be Red Reserve to pick up that knife round, seemingly, as they are going to be able to take that one now, decide which side of the map they want to begin on. I presume they probably will favour towards the CT side, but I guess we will see. But of course, it is Red Reserve to Swedes up against Stifmeister, the team that hail from the United Kingdom. Astro, I believe it's pronounced Frey, but if I'm incorrect, please correct me. Link, Cray, and Dancy. So that is the roster for Stifmeister. While most people would be familiar with the players that are up for, are playing for the Red Reserve side. The only real thing that may be confusing is Freddy Frog is going under the name Gustafsson. So just keep that in mind. As right now coming into this pistol round, it will be DJL to pick himself up a smoke and the defuse kit. Over on the terrorist side, Astro is going to be the one who decides to get himself some utility, sacrifices the Kevlar, but the rest of his teammates, of course, will still have that Kevlar rather. They are going to have a lot of players right now actually grouped up towards Connector. Looks like they may be favouring over towards this B bomb site, as they do also have a player who's going to be looking to just try and get in control towards B water. As right now, it seems like they're hoping maybe that some aggression will come in towards Connector, but as we can see for the moment, no one has decided to push. They will just continue to hold. And the Red Reserve side themselves are playing extremely passively back on the bomb site. Klesson not even peeking at all. He is actually just playing to try and perhaps bait off of his teammate and get a couple of kills out of it, as now Cray, he'll be the first player to try and make some presence. Gets the fight over towards B. We'll actually dink Plesson down to just 1 HP. So Plesson for the moment barely staying alive. Could be finished off quite easily if they decide to reapproach that B bomb site rather, but right now it looks like they may be just grouping up and making their way back up through Connector, look to try and take over control of toilets, and with just about a minute left we will find out soon where they are going to decide to commit towards, and still seems like the A side of the map is going to be favoured now. Just one player lurking towards B, and he actually is going to get caught off guard. So Cray being taken down early on, relax it, finding that kill. That's probably going to push the T's forward now, as they do look to just try and commit to this bomb site extremely fast, and maybe a bit of a difficult task. Apologies, X-ray isn't on at the moment. I will go ahead and fix that now in a second once I remember to bind. There we go. But yeah, it is going to be the boost once again. Actually, relax it. Doesn't take the kill this time, but he does do some damage on towards Frey. And this is going to be hard now. This afterplant for Stifmeister is actually beginning to go quite well. They're able to find the first 2 kills. Link and Astro chime in, but Plesson going to be tapping back as he gets himself 2 snappy headshots. And Frey and Astro are going to be the last 2 now in a 2-on-3. One of these players still 1 HP. And actually he won't be anymore, as Boaton is going to go ahead and take him down onto Frey to try and clutch it 1-on-2. And he won't be able to get anything done at all. Boaton finds not only a team kill, but he does also take down Frey. Apologies for the X-ray being off for a moment, guys. I didn't actually realise I used the map a lot while casting, so. But yeah, Stifmeister getting the bomb planted at least means they probably will be just going for the eco. As you can see, they don't really invest too much into this one. They know in the following round they will have the AKs. They will have maybe not too much utility, so their main goal into this round most likely just going to be to try and get that bomb plant, get some kills. And with actually 3 rifles being invested into by the Red Reserve side, that could be a good chance for them to try and maybe steal one of these rifles away. Cause some reinvestment for the Swedish side, as for the moment Stifmeister grouping up over towards A-Long, looking to try and make their way up there, leaving one player once again lurking towards the B side of the map, rather just hanging around in Connector. Has made his presence known also. But now it looks like we will see commitment finally. Stifmeister making their way straight up A-Long. Probably won't be able to get too much done, as it is an M4 waiting for them, and as you can see, relax it with the support of Boaton. He's just going to be shutting this down, and final kill with the USP will come in. No kills are found, but Stifmeister not really investing into that round. It will be now with the rifles that we will be putting. They will rather get some pressure on themselves to try and actually begin to compete. 2-0 down. The economy for Red Reserve doesn't look like they're going to upgrade any of these weapons. They are going to go ahead and be happy enough with keeping those 2 SMGs that they previously had also, and just get some utility to try and back that up. As now, Stifmeister, let's see what way they decide to go about this round. They do have some utility. It's not really the most. They have 3 smokes, or rather did at least. They have now thrown one out, but relax it. Look at this aggressive push. He knows that when his teammates are working with slightly weaker weaponry, perhaps he should be the one trying to make that play, and he pushes straight up towards the fountain. Gets himself into a very strong position, and he also has Plesson and one more player over towards A-Long to actually support and cover him from playground. As right now, Stifmeister, I believe they're aware of this aggression, so they are just going to be kind of holding back even further, waiting to see if anyone from Red Reserve goes ahead and overextends. But it doesn't seem like it's going to be happening for the moment. Rather, instead, they've begun to back off. They're happy enough with the map control that they took. They are now going to at least leave a bit of an inkling, or be a thorn in the side of Stifmeister as they look to try and regain this map control. They'll have to do so much more slow. They'll also have to use a lot of utility in the process, and having very little utility already, that's really going to be a problem. But over towards Monster, we see one player going to be getting himself prepared, as it seems like he may be giant quite soon. by both Dancies, and I believe that's Stifler, and also Frey making his way back as they leave one player lurking up on A long. It seems like Stifmeister so far, they seem to have one dedicated lurk player. It hasn't been the same every single round, I don't think, but right now it is Astro over towards A long. And let's see what sort of success they're going to have now trying to get in towards this B-bomb site. Oh, yeah, apologies. That's another error that sometimes happens. Oh, there we go. Astro is going to get caught off guard. So, once again, that lurk not working is going to get taken down. DJL finds a single kill with the MP9, but it's Frey. He takes down 2 of his teammates. As both Link and Cray are not going to be happy with that. He's now left alone in a 1-on-3. And with low HP, it's very unlikely he'll get much done. And there you have it. Plessen, rather, is going to be able to take him down. That is not what you want to see. That is some serious UKCS. Oh, what's up, Dylan? I'm pretty sure I played you in an ESEA pug earlier. Didn't go well for me. Well, it went okay, I guess, but still lost. But yeah, that's not what you wanted if you're a fan of Stifmeister. As we did see someone we did see 2 teammates just be taken down from the flank, but the flank wasn't actually even by an opponent. It was actually just Frey from behind. But yeah, once again, pistols for the T side. Looks like they will be just trying to go for a bit of a faster paced round, try and close the distance, get up close and in the face of their opponents. But you see Red Reserve, now that they're aware they're up against pistols, they will begin to just retreat a little bit further back off, try and hold from the site instead. And that should allow Stifmeister to at least get some map control for themselves. As you can see, they have been able to progress in towards the toilets. As Relaxa just throwing us some flashes to maybe try and keep them back for the moment, keep them at bay. But look at this, I like this. A nice push comes in by Red Reserve. They push outside of B, get themselves a lot of info. And then they can gamble another player over towards that A bomb site and also have the opportunity for a flank. As it seems like Stifmeister now will regroup towards Connector. You have to really make their full decision, but it looks like they will be favouring towards the B bomb site, which could be actually a really good decision. There is one player, I believe, on the B bomb site. He was jump peeking just to try and spot out that info. They have a player also in T-spawn. So with Stifmeister being spotted, I'm not really sure what their plan is right now. They've been kind of filed whatever side of the map they've gone towards. Early on, they got nothing really to work with towards the A bomb site, and then trying to go back towards B, instantly spotted, so no surprise factor. As now, let's see what can be done. Frey hits a nice shot with the Deagle, looking to try and redeem himself for the previous round, but it seems like the rifles should still be taking this one, and it's confirmed with Plessen coming up massive with a 4K. Takes down all of the opposing terrorists, bar 1, as that is going to be a 4-0 start for Red Reserve, as Stifmeister now, they get the guns back out, but I don't know if they'll be able to get the op, unless Cray is going to be going for a glass cannon up, I'm not quite sure. I'm not sure who the operator is for this side, but it doesn't seem likely, as he does just go ahead and get himself the AK and some utility to work with. As it looks like once again to just be a fairly standard default coming in by Stifmeister as they look to try and gain the map control. And one player coming up through Connector to try and meet up with the 2 who look to get control towards the B water position, and early on some damage is going to be exchanged. It's roughly even between either side, as we see Dancy's taking out the 4E originally, but taking some more damage afterwards means that is going to be a little bit of an advantage now for Red Reserve. As Stifmeister continuing to hold. So far, the times that Red Reserve have gone aggressive, they've chose to do so at amazing timings. They've been able to push to positions where there's not a single terrorist waiting, so this time Stifmeister just ensuring that they have all these positions locked down, are just going to be continuing to hold. As now Plessen with this AWP over towards A may have a challenge coming towards him quite soon. It may be coming in his direction, as we do see all the terrorists now beginning to make their way back over towards this position once again. Only problem is they do kind of have to take their time. They didn't take any control of A early on. That means that there could still be CTs pushed up aggressively in towards the toilets, and or rather in towards the bathrooms. So have to be at least a small bit more cautious. As right now 35 seconds remaining, they really need to get a move on. They can't wait too much longer. Looks like they will eventually make their way towards the A-bomb site as was expected, but they need to be very cautious right now. One player once again lurking over towards the B-bomb site. This time it's actually going to be Cray, but looks like finally the execute will be commencing towards that A-bomb site. Cray finds a very important frag, and a second crucial one, as he does take down DJL also. And then Relaxa on the A-bomb site has to try and shut this down. He only finds one before falling, but Botan, he's still going to be trying to get this done. He takes down one player on the B-bomb site. Retrieves himself the AK now. Gets a bit of a perhaps better weapon. It is all just an opinion, I suppose. But yeah, he is going to be looking to try and go for this, it seems, at least for the moment. You have to begin to back off. The economy for the CT side is not amazing, really. So maybe a save would be worth it if he's not able to find an opening into this one soon. And there you have it. Dancy's will be able to drop him as he looks to try and make his way up the stairs. So Stifmeister getting their first round onto the board. The economy for Red Reserve, it's not amazing, as I mentioned. They are actually lacking onto a couple of players. That's mostly Boten and Freddy Frog, who's under the name Gustafsson for those who are confused. But yeah, there is enough, I believe, on Relaxa also to drop a weapon over. Seems like it will be just the FAMAS so that he's actually able to get that AWP for himself. But actually, Freddy has also been given an M4 in the process, so it is a pretty decent buy still. Stifmeister by no means are they out of the deep water quite yet. They are still in a danger zone. They have to be cautious of getting reset. Losing that loss bonus and losing the round instantly after being able to take one would be detrimental. As now it is going to be the terrorists perhaps looking to try and go for a bit of a faster paced round. All their presence is going to be put towards the B-bomb site. No one right now over towards A, and Pleasant using the great one-way smoke is going to be able to take down that first player. Nice find almost again by Freddy Frog as he spams through to take Astra down to only 37 HP. And now Stifmeister, their plan has seemingly been foiled early on as they've been completely shut down without really even getting to actually have any contact towards this B-bomb site. Where am I from? I'm from Ireland, my man. But yeah, let's see what Stifmeister are going to be able to get done now as they're on the back foot. Will they have any success in trying to bring this one back? They do still have quite a lot of utility left to use also, which is a good thing. They have plenty of smokes. They have Molotovs onto the majority of their players as well as some flashes. So let's see if they're going to be able to use those flashes successfully. First one out towards middle to ensure that any aggressive pushes by Red Reserve, or rather any uppers even posted up on that angle, would be flashed back off. As we can see, at least Red Reserve with this man advantage, they're happy enough to just sit back on towards the site itself. Am I a gypsy? No, I'm not a gypsy. You might be thinking of Napche. When you messing me, Alan. You know I love it. But yeah, it is now going to be the A-bomb site execute once again, it seems. Well, some success. This is where they got their first round, but this time they're going to be down a man as they look to try and actually initiate it, so it might be just a small bit more tough as Boten going to be playing up close. His position will not be checked. He finds the first kill. He is going to be able to dink up another before he eventually falls, and Pleasant now in this corner once again able to get one kill. Stays alive for the moment. The op of Relaxa is going to be able to take down Stifler, or rather not Stifler, Dancy's, and now it's all on to Frey as he's going to be the last man standing in a 1-on-3 with not enough time to really get anything done. His main goal right now is to just try and actually save this AK, but as you can see he decides to take the peek. I believe he falls before the time runs out, which is good because if the time might have run out he wouldn't have any economy into this round, but still not really ideal. Instantly getting reset, as I mentioned, is not what you would want if you were one of the players on the Stifmeister side. Is the quality decent, by the way, guys? Let me know if it is. But yeah, coming into this one, it is just going to be an eco mostly for the Stifmeister side. They've spent a bit of economy themselves. Link has gone ahead and got Kevlar along with the CZ, as of most players at least upgraded their pistols. It's only really going to be Dancy's that sticks on the Glock, a small bit of utility, and a B-bomb site. It will be oncoming now, as it is going to be Freddy Frog and DJL to just shut this down completely. Bowen eventually chimes in to steal away a bit of the fame, but mostly it is just those two players towards Monster to really shut that one down. Jenko told me I live in a caravan. Me? He thinks I live in a caravan? I've never talked to Jenko. But no, I do not live in a caravan, sadly. That would actually be pretty nice. Maybe I'd have a bit more peace and quiet than I would in my own house. So, well, I need to get somewhere on my own. I'm only 19. Very difficult to get somewhere in Ireland. But yeah, back onto the buy now for the terrorist side. The UK players will be once again working with the rifles. But this time there is a severe shortage of utility, as you can see already, with 1 minute and 37 seconds remaining, down to 2 smokes and 3 flashes. So let's see what they're going to be able to get done. As Freddy Frog, look at this aggressive push in towards Connector. He is going to be able to take down Frey. Boten also, even with a man advantage, is happy enough to continue going for the aggression. And he finds one more player, takes down Dancy's. Just about lives with 19 points of HP as he will now begin to back off. And once again, Stifmeister, seems like Red Reserve have a game plan into this one, and that's to shut them down before they can actually set themselves up to get anything done. And now you can see it is going to be some players trying to just make these plays. Right now it's Cray towards the B-bomb site. Has managed to creep his way out Monster, but he's not going to be successful in finding that kill. Instead it will be Link. He finds Boten, who was actually backing off from long. That was the player who was already tagged up quite heavily. But still a 3-on-4 for Stifmeister. They are still working with a disadvantage, and it's going to be very difficult to try and bring this one back. As you can see right now, there's some players for the CT side that are in very aggressive positions, looking to just try and shut this one down. Specifically Pleasant, who I believe is pushed up in towards B water, and should be at least finding 1 kill now as they look to try and come out of Connector. Relax on the flank. This is definitely going to be a round in favour of Red Reserve now, as he finds the first, should be able to get the second. I'd say at this point to just not take that fight. He has the support to Pleasant, and there you have it. Once Link actually tries to push to find that trade frag, he will be taken down from behind, as Cray now going to be the last man standing for Stifmeister, and he is just coming into that lower, rather that smaller tunnel in towards B, and he has no success. There is a perfect setup between Pleasant and DJL from Connector, and in that little pit. And once again, Stifmeister just back onto the eco. That seems to be the main thing they've been going for this game. They've only got, I believe, 3 buys out at this point, and we're already onto the 9th round. So haven't, I believe, even been very successful at getting bomb plants. No, the only bomb plant they've gotten was on that pistol. That's why they are currently struggling for the money. Even with some loss bonus built up, they aren't getting that extra money bonus for actually getting the bomb planted. The extra $800 per player. So let's see if this time they'll have any more success. But Botan looking to try and shut this down once again, similar to the previous times, and he is going to be successful as he does manage to mow down a quad kill. As it's all on to Cray now. P250 is all he has to work with. No utility, no Kevlar, and 5 opponents to try and find, which is looking pretty unlikely as he does now finally try and make his way in from middle. Almost impossible here for him to get anything done. This would be the play of the century if he was able to pull this one off, and he will indeed be found by Plessin, who finds the headshot. So it will be Red Reserve with an 8-1 lead now as Stifmeister getting the guns back out. I believe this will be the first stop they've actually been able to get for themselves, and that's in the hands of Dancy, as it will be a 8-1 scoreline. So they really need to begin bringing this back quite soon. Apparently Imi is going to be reviewing this game on his stream later. Oh, cool. Well, if you go live instantly when I end, I'll go ahead and host you, I guess. Screwed. But yeah, we are still on pause at the moment. It is going to just be Stifmeister trying to actually talk over everything that's going wrong. Right now it seems like they just aren't really countering that aggression so well. They have been just kind of getting locked down once, no, not really locked down, but they haven't been able to actually trade out those aggressive pushes. Even when they did manage to find a kill, which so far seems to be quite rare, it just has been very difficult for them. But yeah, we will finally be getting live back into the game, as you can see. Right now, the CT side have built up a very strong economy, so they won't be struggling to buy anytime soon. So to make it even tougher for Stifmeister, they are going to need to try and actually chain a couple of rounds together. They can't just get one and then instantly get reset again. That would be a worst case scenario, as right now it seems like they will be just once again splitting up for a default. This time it seems like they will put some more focus towards Connector, as Astro takes the lead, the Molotov at the moment, to try and hold any CTs at bay who may have been trying to push forward to find the first kill. So trying to adjust to the aggressive pushes early on a Red Reserve, but this time they've decided to maybe take a bit of a different approach. Rather than getting aggressive, they decide to elevate themselves. They go for this boost over towards B, and it will be, I believe that's Plessin looking to try and rain down bullets, but right now it is going to be Stifmeister beginning to actually look to try and make their way up towards A, trying to get some control towards toilets. We'll also do so over towards A long, and seems like Red Reserve, they were originally gambling just one player onto the A-bomb site. That was Relaxa with the up, but after some presence has been made, they are going to go ahead and rotate 2 more players rather up to try and actually give support. And so far Stifmeister haven't really been going for too many fakes. They have been, seems like when they decide to go for an area's map control, they sacrifice another part. That has been allowing the aggressive pushes to come in also, so they haven't really had the opportunities for fake either. They have too little time to run back, or they just don't really have the knowledge about where those players could be behind them. So this could be difficult. Relaxa hits a great flick on towards Link rather. And once again, it's going to be Red Reserve that take that advantage. And with very little time left, Stifmeister, they really need to get moving. They can't continue to hold back like this. Dancy's hoping to be gifted a frag, and it seems like he will actually be, as Relaxa takes a bit of a wild peek, gets taken down. And there is a bit of a chance now for the UK team to maybe overwhelm this bomb site. Astro gets one. Frey going to be able to successfully find the trade. And that should actually be the A bomb site now gone under the control of Stifmeister. As it seems like, at least with the economy that's available for Red Reserve, they should be going for this retake. Botan and Freddy Frog are going to be trying to make their way up together. Looks like they may be heading over towards the bank room, but rather actually towards the steps. Not much utility to work with other than that one nade, and it seems like the boost will be coming in. Will they be able to spot anything, or will Cray spot the head first? And he is the one actually to get that info first. He finds the spam onto Botan, and it seems like Freddy Frog has already gone ahead and given up on his hopes of getting this clutch. 16 HP, 1 on 3, almost impossible. As there we have it, Stifmeister finally getting themselves another round Let's see, as I mentioned, if they will be able to actually chain them together, or will it be once again a one-off occurrence. They get the op out onto Dancy's, or rather he was able to keep that over, so they still have that weapon to work with, and the rest of the players should be able to get rifles also. As you can see, after Frey drops over, Astro will be able to also get himself quite a lot of utility to work with, so it's a pretty solid buy right now for both sides, but Red Reserve still working with some economy in the bank. Some team damage going to be coming in early, as we do see Astro getting tagged down by a teammate, interestingly enough, rather. As right now, it looks like it will be Stifmeister just once again returning to that default earlier on. That didn't really seem to work too well for them. 2 players outside B, 1 in connector, and also 2 working towards the A long position, just waiting for that aggression. But it seems like right now Red Reserve, perhaps they're aware that Stifmeister have got a bit of a read on how they've been playing this, so they've begun to play it a bit more passive themselves. Not going for as aggressive of a stance. The op right now, I believe, is actually located over towards A, just spotting connector, and he has support from the bathroom position also, which could be dangerous if we see that's Frey, I believe, in connector actually deciding to push up onto mid. As here we go, relax it, post it up on the angle. Frey, he will be deciding to make his way back down the connector instead, at least for the moment, but it doesn't really seem like he's made a decision about where he's going to go. The bomb over towards A long means that perhaps the A bomb site could be a target, but as it begins to sprint back, it looks like it will be instead the B bomb site that is going to be under attack. And it's going to be the B bomb site's defense that's going to be under test to see if they'll be able to hold this one down and once again reset the economy of Stifmeister. As now 40 seconds remains. They still have some time. Astro was going to be in a bit of a troubleful situation as he actually just get mollied just as he tries to back off, and because of that he's forced to commit to a fight that he probably did not want to take. And now on a 4-on-5 once again, it will be Stifmeister committing to this B bomb site. 25 seconds to try and get in. There is still some utility, including smokes, molotovs and flashes. And up close to Monster, it's going to be Freddy Frog and DJL who are able to find multiple kills between them. And there you have it, Freddy Frog finding the final 2 to close that one down. As now, once again, the reset has come in. Stifmeister back onto the pistols. I don't really know if there's much they can get done. They should be Red Reserve making their way into double digits, but it is only the extra economy that has been spent for the terror side. But still, I was going to say that first frag being found is a bit of a silver lining, a bit of hope that perhaps could be taken for the terrorist side. But DJL been able to find a hat-trick before he gets taken down. May just foil the dreams. As a Link now at an M4. Cray has himself a CZ, but very low HP. And with that Kevlar, even it's not really going to be too much of a deal after one bullet. He will be taken down. As a Link looking to try and make the play, it seems. Perhaps needs to go for this. He is able to get the first. May finish off the second, as it's all on to Relaxa now, who finds the final kill. Link not expecting all 3 players to be coming in from CT spawn. They just stuck together and were able to successfully trade it out. Albeit it was quite close. Link almost able to successfully pull off the 1-on-3. But in the end, it just wasn't enough. Oh, was it a wallbang from CT spawn? I did not notice that. Apologies. I thought you got shot in the back. That was strange then. It didn't do a lot of damage. I was a bit too focused on other things at the time. But yeah, coming back onto it now will be the rifles once again for Stifmeister. And by no means are they out of this game yet. If they could get themselves back up to 5, I'd say they're still in a pretty decent position. And an aggressive push over towards A-Long isn't really going to work out for Astro. As you can see, Relaxa is going to be able to take them down. Bowen playing in towards bathrooms, looking to try and play a bait off of his teammate's peak, who's actually retreated already. So he could be he's in a bit of a no man's ground right now. He could get caught off guard with people coming up along with a couple of players who maybe tempted to come through mid. It could get dangerous, but let's see how many kills he's going to be able to find out of this. At least successfully find 1, and there you have it. He is going to be able to take down Frey. The more he gets, the merrier, of course. But from this point out, it's just a bonus, as his teammates will be able to keep that advantage. And Bowen's done a great job increasing that even further as he takes down Link. Nate Gunnin will eventually find the tread successfully, but I was going to say that may not be enough. Cray, luckily enough, is going to be able to step it up and take down Relaxa. So now at 3-on-2, Cray and Dancy's. Let's see what they're going to be able to get done. But Plesson, look how aggressive he is right now. I don't think this is expected. Dancy's may have spotted him and he hits the shot. Finally, some players are going to be stepping it up for Stifmeister. As Cray and Dancy's now close to pulling off this 2 versus 5. They have brought it down to an equal situation. Cray may be expecting this aggression towards Connector as he also drops DJL. And now it's all on to Freddy Frog as he's left with the op in a 1-on-2. Wondering what's just happened to his teammates, as it looks like Stifmeister will perhaps commit to this B bomb site, and actually Freddy Frog in position early on to try and hold this one down. Playing from the pit. Let's see if he's going to be able to get it done. Here's the bomb plant. He hits the first shot. And now it's all onto one man. All onto Dancy's, and he won't be able to pull it off. He gets taken down as the no-scope connects, and Red Reserve 11-2 as they continue to increase this scoreline. As Stifmeister once again on the pistols. They will be just working with a P250. A few CZs, 3 of them to be exact. And Dancy's on the Desert Eagle, so let's see what they're going to be able to get done into this one. That is a heartbreaking round in the previous one. They're not going to be very happy about that. Again, losing the round, that would have been very important for them to pick up. But yeah, coming into this one, doesn't really seem like they're having any more success than they were in the previous. As Bowden, once again, just cleaning up these eco frags. He's been able to do this every single time they've came towards the bathrooms, being very successful. And Red Reserve already with a 12-2 lead are going to be very happy with this half. Let's see if Stifmeister are going to be able to at least get this third round, or will Red Reserve continue to increase this lead even further? At this point, I think the second pistol round is going to be the most important one for Stifmeister to pick up. If they lose that, the game will be all but over, rather. As here we go, Stifmeister. Let's see if they're going for a bit of a faster paced round. Perhaps 3 players, it is at least grouping up over towards the B-bomb site. Once again, this boost coming in by Red Reserve, something they've been going for quite often. So a position that perhaps these players on Stifmeister should be pre-aiming as they come out of this tunnel. But let's see what gets done now. As Stifmeister all grouped up outside B. Seems like the B-bomb site will be their target destination. As now Link, he does indeed pre-aim that position, as I said. Will be able to take down Bowden, and it seems like for the first time in forever, Stifmeister have been able to gain themselves the man advantage and find the first blood. As here we go, the execute towards the B-bomb site looking extremely likely. Need to be very cautious of this op that's actually in connector behind them, and there you have it. Takes down one player and a second. Pleasant stepping it up, and he gets the hat-trick. It's all in favour of Pleasant right now, as it's fallen apart for the UK players once again. Astro being flanked out by DJL leaves it all now onto Cray in a 1-on-4. Finds the first. There's going to be another player playing up close on the angle as he takes down a second. And it's looking possible now as it's all onto Cray in a 1-on-2. Let's see if he's going to be able to step it up and find the 1-on-4. Will he find the 4K as he does make his way up short? Steps have been heard. Freddy Frog going to be playing up close. And let's see who's going to win out this aim duel, as it is indeed going to be the Swedish player, as Red Reserve with a 13-2 half. Thanks to Pleasant in that final round stepping it up. Whenever I get a chance, by the way, I will just run a quick ad, because at the moment casting is my only way of earning money. So when we have little cam periods like this, I will go ahead and just run a quick 30-second commercial, because I kind of need some money to live on. But yeah, we are going to be back into the game now. The commercial should, I presume, be over for everyone. And let's see what's going to get done now by the Stifmeister side, as it's not looking so hopeful. At the moment, they are just going to be getting completely shut down, as Astro going for the defuse kit, similar to on the T side where he did also go for the utility. Over on the Red Reserve side, it is going to be DJL to pick up a smoke and a flash. The rest of the players just working with Kevlar. As now it is going to be the contact up connector coming in towards the CT side, and it's not a great start, not the start they would have wanted. Pleasant finds the first. Nice shots by Dancy's though, as he takes a quick triple. He is going to be able to put the advantage in favour of his own side, but being traded out by DJL still gives a shot for Red Reserve to try and come back into this round. As it's going to be up to DJL and Freddy Frog to try and pull off this clutch. The bomb at the moment not in their control. It was actually dropped just above connector, but luckily enough for Red Reserve, no one from the CT side is going to be going aggressive. Instead, they're all just chilling back, holding to try and just spot out the players early on. They'll allow for the rotates to come in, so no 1v1s or 1v2s will be taken. Instead, they can favour themselves in these aim duels, but it looks like it will be the B-bomb site that is going to be under attack. And look at this by Freddy Frog. He's not going to be shooting instantly. He's just going to be getting the flank. Eventually decides to capitalise on that one free kill. And now it's going to be the CT side when there much has happened. Frey going to be rotating back down towards the B-bomb site. Astro also up towards A means that the B-bomb site should be taken over and the bomb should be planted. as now it's going to be a 2 versus 2 retake, and this may have just fallen apart for Stifmeister once again. The smoke and the defuse kit in play. Astro needs to be cautious of the player who's up close in the smoke. That is Freddy Frog as he pushes through and finds the headshot. All onto Frey in a 1 versus 2 now, making his way out of the lower position, out through CT and down in towards the pit. But with very little time, and the defuse kit dropped in heaven. Well, not really very little time, but a 1-on-2, and without a defuse kit, it's going to be very difficult for him to pull this off due to the time. We see a player peeking from heaven just to make sure that he's not sticking the bomb. Frey going to be pushing down the player in Monster to find one, but he will be instantly returned by Freddy Frog from behind. As now Red Reserve 14-2. Looks like this game so far has been completely in their control. Doesn't really seem like Stifmeister have been able to get themselves into this one, as it is going to be actually a fairly heavy rifle bite coming in for Red Reserve. They decide to get themselves 2 AKs and 1 Galil. A Scout also on to Relax and a UMP for Plessin to work with, as they decide to play at least moderately safe. Coming into this one, interestingly enough, due to the bomb plant at least coming down, they will have some form of a buy over on the CT side. They'll be able to get themselves out the utility, or at least a small amount of utility, with a smoke and 2 flashes being available. And also Dancy's even gets a Scout along with Kevlar, but hang on one moment, I just realised the auto director wasn't on. Apologies. But yeah, over towards A long, it looks like where the action will be taking place, and it is going to be Cray with the CZ to step it up. Actually has some support from Plessin, who, besides perhaps Bolton, had been backstabbing him for quite too long. And this game so far has had an interesting amount of team kills, especially those 2 from Frey earlier on. But let's see if it is going to be going back in favour of Red Reserve. It doesn't seem so, as Cray once again steps it up to hit a really nice headshot with the CZ. 2-on-4 now. Red Reserve, once again DJL and Freddy Frog. We've seen them pull this back. We've seen them do it on the pistol round. This time with the weapons available. Let's see if they're going to be successful. Unluckily for Stifmeister, so far they haven't actually been able to retrieve any of these guns. They have only been able to take down a couple of the SMGs. The 2 AKs remain, and once again a player has managed to sneak his way out onto the B-bomb site. It will be Freddy Frog. It seems like this time we do see Link being a bit more cautious and waiting for this push, but he could still get caught off guard. And there you have it. Freddy Frog checks the corner, takes down the first player, opens up the B-bomb site, and the bomb now should be getting put down in a 2-on-3 with no defuse kit for Stifmeister. So this is beginning to look quite difficult once again. 1 smoke is all that they have, rather 2 smokes, as the second has been picked up by Frey, and now it's going to be 1 player coming in on that flank. I believe that is Cray. Could be in trouble. Has himself a glid at least retrieved, but Freddy Frog playing up close will be able to find that headshot, as it's all onto Frey and Dancy's now coming in from CT spawn to try and clutch this one out, and the bomb already ticking quite fast. I don't know if they're really going to have the time for this. The smoke does go down at least to try and restrict the view of the terrorists, but it is going to be quite difficult as the flash goes in. Nice push by DJL as he finds both kills, and it is going to be map point for Red Reserve. And of course, Stifmeister, they don't have the option to eco. They have to keep buying. No chance right now for them to actually be able to really... No chance for them really be able to actually build up an economy and have a chance to show what they're capable of doing on the CT side. Instead, just going to be working with the pistols into what is potentially the last round of this game, unless they're able to pull off an upset. Let's see if it's going to be possible. Right now, a very heavy rifle buy actually coming in for Red Reserve as they just leave Relaxa on the Mac 10. As... he is at the moment just going to be spamming towards middle, but usually this 1 SMG would be used to scout out to see if there's any stacks. Leave that in the front of the pack, so if a kill does come in for the CT side, it will be only an SMG that is obtainable rather than one of those rifles. Leave the rifles in the back to take the long range duels once the Mac 10 is able to perhaps bait a couple players into peeking. But as you can see right now, it is going to be a fairly passive setup coming in by Red Reserve, just sitting back waiting to see if anyone gets aggressive for Stifmeister, who at the moment the most aggressive push I believe they have is having 1 player down in towards Connector, just trying to play up close with the CZ. And let's see if he's going to get much done in this position, as it seems like he may eventually have some contact, or at least over towards B, as he may have the opportunity for quite a quick flank. There we go. Link, though, he will be the first player to find some contact. Does spot a Relaxa, gets the dink. You have to be able to finish that player off, but getting the damage done early on is a good sign, as now Red Reserve committing to the B-bomb site. And it's going to be Freddy Frog once again, who's been doing a great job looking to try and find the openings. This time he won't find anything quite yet. CT is successfully staying alive for the moment, and with a nice flash going in, they will try and face together, but so far it's Plessin to find a headshot, and Freddy Frog getting up close finds himself another. Sprays down the player in heaven. As now it's all on to Astro and Cray in a 2-on-4, but with the HP being so low on a couple of these players, it's certainly doable, and they do seem to be getting the job done so far. Astro able to find one, as is Cray. Spamming through the smoke, Astro finds another, and Cray finds the final onto DJL. as now it's actually going to be Red Reserve that are working with the pistols instead, so it gives a bit of a chance perhaps for Stifmeister to show what they can get done on the CT side. Of course, I believe round difference does matter quite a lot, so ideally themselves, even if they don't win this game now, try and get themselves as far back into it, get some confidence in themselves for the future games, and just show that it was a bad start perhaps, as right now Red Reserve just making their way fast over towards A, or at least with a couple of players, one man up connector, a few over towards A long as the bomb seems to be getting left behind for the moment as they look to just try and clear out these close range angles. Pleasant making his way up through bathrooms. Will be maybe finding some contact quite soon, as we do see actually Cray being pushed quite aggressively, but there is a smoke down for the moment. There is some tracers also being shot through that he could perhaps try and spam down, but doesn't want to give away his own position, doesn't want to get overwhelmed. Instead just falls back off to play a bit more passive on the site. And here we have it now, a minute just about remaining, a minute and 5 seconds to be exact, as the execute is being prepared. So with a lot of utility invested into this, it does look like Red Reserve did at least come into it with a plan, not looking to just try and find the kills. Instead, they have a set course of action that they will be trying to follow, and it looks like it will be towards this A bomb site, as right now 4 players grouped up on short, leaving just, I believe that's Bolton, to lurk up on long and try and creep his way up. As here we go, the smokes and the flashes are going to be going down. 40 seconds for them to try and get onto the bomb site. There is also a Molotov for Pleasant to work with, and the first player will be Cray to be able to take himself a duel from the truck position. He finds the first just about, will actually get a second with a stray bullet, and once again a team kill comes in. Freddy Frog to actually go ahead and take down Dancy's, I believe that was. Oh, not Dancy's. I'm getting very confused at the moment. It was a very confusing round, but I believe it was actually Pleasant he took down. But here we go. Astro going to be able to be holding up close. Apologies for my dog barking in the background. Someone knocked at the door. She doesn't like that, but yeah, here we go. The T's. Let's see if they're going to be able to get themselves this and close it out, as Freddy Frog holding up close, looking to try and redeem himself. Will get taken down, and it's all now onto Freddy Frog, rather, as the last man standing. Batten, rather, was taken down towards bank. Tell your ma, shut it. She's not a dog, she's more of a pig. I'm only joking, but yeah, apologies for the dog barking in the background. Someone knocked at the door. She's not a very, well, she is actually a very friendly dog, but she gets super excited. But yeah, that was a joke, by the way. But Red Reserve, at least getting the bomb plant out of that, getting a lot of kills there, able to do a lot of damage. They will be happy enough with that one. They don't really have to force or anything anymore. That wasn't really even needed, in my opinion. They maybe could have just ecoed and went straight for the optimal gun round. But I guess they were happy enough to just go ahead and get some kills, get the bomb plant, and then onto the following round. They will be able to hopefully just close this down, as they try to keep the economy modest. Ensure that they can't get everything they want, can't get the ops perhaps, because that's when you really can start to shut down the CT side. But Dancy's here is going to have a few players coming in his direction, and without Kevlar we should see him being able to clear this one up easily enough. And as you can see, he is going to be able to find 2 so far, looking to try and take down the third. Instead, DJL dropped to 40 HP. Looks like he is going to stop facing this angle, but it doesn't seem to deter his teammates as they continue to try and peek, and it's not going to work out. Bolton will actually eventually find the trade, and for perhaps will be retrievable. That is at least one weapon for them to work with, and if DJL dangerously close to being able to take down that player in connector, that could have got really sticky. But for now, it will be a 2-on-4 M4 in the hands of Bolton. Aggressive push towards B will mean that they should be able to put a bit of a stack towards A and just leave Link in this position. And if the players come back with that UMP, he should be finding the kills quite easily. But here we go. Astro spots out one player on mid. Will have an easy kill as it's basically handed to him. And it's all onto Bolton now. 1-on-4. That M4 that he was able to retrieve. Doesn't really seem like he's going to be able to get too much done with it. Instead, backing off. Maybe able to find one player who's coming in on the flank currently. That is a very big maybe. He does indeed find one. So staying alive for the moment. 11 HP. He actually throws the M4 away to ensure that that won't be picked up, which is a pretty good job. And Link looking for a rifle will not be able to find one. Instead, he just picks up his teammate's UMP. It's kind of a one-for-one trade, considering he was himself already working with a UMP. But Stifmeister getting themselves up to 5. They're working with currently 1/3 the scoreline of Red Reserve, as they still have a long road to try and build this comeback. But this is where they get a good chance now to try and get back into it. The first gun round for Red Reserve as they get out an op onto Bolton. Interestingly enough, not the player you usually see with this weapon. Usually it would be, I believe, Relaxer, or maybe Freddy Frog may pick up a secondary one every now and again, as may Pleasant, but yeah, not the player you'd normally see. I guess they're confident at the moment in this game. They just want to get the op out. They don't care onto who, as it is going to be a B bomb site group up by Red Reserve. So I guess the thoughts are right now we have a 10-round lead, guys. We only need to win one of the next 10 rounds. Just keep rushing B. It'll work eventually, as there you go, in towards the B bomb site. Freddy Frog opens it up. Link going to be looking to try and return some kills, but only finding one for the moment. Will be looking to mostly just try and stay alive, and with a nice pop flash, it still won't work out in his favour. He will end up getting taken down, and all he's able to obtain is a dink onto DJL. As now Astro on the bomb site, looking to try and hold this down. Will be able to spot out the first player, wins out that fight, tries to spam down the bomb planter, but he is just a little bit off of that position, and Dancy's from heaven getting some work done as he finds 2 quick kills, all onto Freddy Frog, as he's the last man standing on the bomb site, and he should be found here after we see him being completely sandwiched in. Players on all sides, no chance really there to get anything done. What's up, Dinko, my man? But there we have it. Stifmeister been able to actually chain a few rounds together, getting 4 in a row now. And with another eco coming up, or rather just a half buy due to being able to get the bomb plant, it should be perhaps another, but actually it could get a bit dangerous. Relax, interestingly enough, fully invests into this round. Must not be aiming to get that AWP out at all, as he is going to go ahead and get the AK and armor. The rest of his teammates also have some firepower to try and back him up at least, so having that one rifle to work with perhaps could be a bit of a heroic play coming in, but doesn't seem to be a great start at all, as we do see Dancy shutting down the first and a second. Nice flick comes in as he takes down Plesson. He will eventually be traded there by Freddy Frog, as it looks like the T's will be able to at least get access to the bomb site, have the opportunity to try and get the bomb planted, but all 3 players right now are going to be coming up through the stairs position, grouping up together, and I'd say they probably most likely should be at least successful in finding these trades, especially with DJL being on extremely low HP. That is really going to make things a bit more complicated for the Red Reserve side in this clutch, as we can see right now a lot of patience being shown by Stifmeister. They know the bomb hasn't been tapped yet, they can just stick together. If the bomb gets planted towards B, they can just stick in this group of 3 and look to try and get the retake. As right now they will be just holding to wait and see if anyone from Red Reserve tries to make a play before putting the bomb down. And there we go, the bomb has been heard. They are now aware that it is going to be the A bomb site. Molotovs are still in play, as are smokes and also flashbangs. As there we go, DJL with the bomb down. Now we'll try and retract his position back towards the bathrooms. Have this up to try and post up and deny the defuse, but still Freddy Frog is going to have to at least get 1 or 2 kills out of this to give him a decent chance, because with very low HP and having the up, very unlikely he'll be able to find all 3 kills back to back without getting shut down. But here we go now, finally the CTs are going to begin to move in. Smoke is available, as is defuse kits, rather, apologies. But here we go, Freddy Frog, this is his chance to try and deny the defuse and give a good chance for his team to win this, as he gets the first, won't be able to transfer though, and Astro will find that and the defuse will come in. Thank you guys for all the views. If you guys are enjoying, don't forget to follow, by the way. This is my new channel. Every single follow does mean a lot to me. It helps me grow my name and presence, so it's a good thing for me. It is my main source of income right now, casting, so I do really enjoy it. But yeah, there we go. Stifmeister beginning to build a bit of a comeback. The question is it going to be too late? Because Red Reserve still, of course, only need 1 more round and still have an 8 to work with. It's going to have to be another 8 in a row for Stifmeister, and after that first half you have to wonder when they're going to eventually end up losing 1 round to Red Reserve. Swag Avi, I've heard of him. Swaggy AVI rather, sorry. I've heard of you, but I don't really know who you are. But yeah, it is now just going to be Red Reserve actually seemingly going for a default. We've seen them in the other rounds maybe going for a bit of a quick desperation play, trying to go fast in towards the B bomb site, looking to try and group up and just take it over and try and overwhelm the defense, but that one didn't really work out. And this time that they have the op onto the correct player, have it on to relax it, I guess they're happy enough with just sitting back a little bit more passively and waiting to see if any aggressive peaks come in from Stifmeister. As for now, you can see they are just going to be hanging back. You have to really take any map control, and this could get dangerous. Red Reserve maybe peeking directly into the op of Dancy's, and as you can see, that is going to be the case. He's able to find that opening frag onto Plesson. Boten looking also tempted to re-peek, and this could get even worse for the CTs, or worse for the terrorist side rather, but there's actually Boten hit a great shot there onto Dancy's. May have just been focused on the left side of the rock instead. But here we go, Cray, nice find as he does find the trade on the boat and gets himself a second and even drops the bomb in the process, and turning around spots out the shadow of Relax It. Cray stepping it up when it's needed, as now it's all into DJL and a 1-on-4, finds the first kill, has a quarter of the work that's required already done, but still a long way to go rather, as now the utility is going to be getting used. Smoke down A long, 25 seconds is all he has to work with, so he needs to get a move on. But here we go. He's likely just saving this up. He has no time. He's just going to try and back off now. And that's Stifmeister getting themselves up to 8. So it's getting a lot closer than perhaps I would have expected after that first half, which was 13-2, I believe, in favour of a Red Reserve. I can't actually check right now. For some reason, it's not showing the round wins from the previous half. You're like 50 seconds behind. They should be quite close. There's only about 8 seconds delay. It's natural delay. I did not add any delay. It's just my delay sending the stream to Twitch. 13.5. Yeah, it wasn't the 13.5. So yeah, it wasn't a great half for Stifmeister, but they are actually showing a pretty solid CT side, which is one thing I must say. Just sadly, they didn't really get too much on the T side to work with, so that's why we see the current scoreline. Perhaps if they had been able to actually get themselves up to the 4 or 5 round mark, we would have seen a much closer game. But of course, they aren't out yet. They have been doing a good job so far. They've been able to pick up 6 in a row, and 7 more is that magic number to actually be able to bring them to overtime. But we are going to have a quick pause, so because of that, quick ad. But yeah, we are going to be back into the game now, as we do see the terrorists working with a bit of a half pipe coming into this one. It seems like they have not really invested everything, instead just gone ahead and got themselves some sort of firepower to work with. They're able to get the op even out onto Relaxa, which is a good find. AK also onto Freddy Froggo has been one of the better performers so far on this side, as you can see, 21 to 10, and Botan also been up there along with Pleasant. But right now it looks to be a fairly slow round, but it seems like they will be favouring towards the B-bomb site, where actually Stifmeister themselves have decided to already set up 3 players. Still plenty of utility left to try and hold this one down. As the Molotov for now to try and delay a little bit further. And I like this. Another boost is going to be coming in to try and get info, but perhaps not the best, as we do see Relaxa being able to take down that first player with a headshot. Nice find by Frey as he takes down the first player in towards Monster. He's going to be traded out though, as it looks like this game may be going in favour of Red Reserve after all, as Dancy's, he's going to be the only player close to the site right now to try and get something done. Needs to be wary of the player up close also. Nice nade goes down to damage up one of those players, but still it's going to be difficult, as now 2 on 4 to try and keep Stifmeister alive. Dancy's and Cray, it may be too much to ask, and oh my god, that's a nice no-scope. He's going to pull out the P250, gets himself a second, and it's looking possible now, as Cray also going to be coming in from the short position. Will need to get a move on, as he's left all alone, and he will be dropped, and as you can see, that is going to be the game gone in favour of Red Reserve, 16 to 8 in the end.